Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's Empowered Movement. So glad you decided to come to class today. This is Empowered Movement, and Empowered Movement is all about moving your body in the way that it feels like moving, and also using mindfulness as you're moving. So we start off with our class. We always do kind of a beginning with our meditation, and then from there we do some different movements that I flow you through, knowing that also whatever movements feel good for your body, that you definitely want to pay attention and listen to that. So I welcome you. If you don't know me, my name is Amanda Gregg, and I have a business called Soaring Eagle Healing. Through this business, I love, and am passionate about helping people get comfortable in their body so that they can move past procrastination, move through stress, get past things that are going on outside of them, and really come from a place from within. And so I believe that movement is definitely a key part of that whole process. So let's get started today. So you can sit in I'm sitting on a ball, you can sit on the floor, you can sit in a chair, whatever may work for you. And we're just gonna start off our practice today with a little bit of meditation. And so with that, we're just going to close your eyes as you feel comfortable. And we really just start an exercise that I like to call letting go. So for me, just getting this class set up and just trying to let go of that, whatever you may have been doing before this, just kind of shaking that off, letting it go, maybe savoring whatever you were doing, if it was something that you found joy in before you came. So we're going to take 3 cleansing breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, and try to keep the eyes closed if you can as we do that. So in through the nose, out through the mouth, open mouth. Just really letting that go. Do it again. And out. And one more time. In through the nose. And out. All right, keeping your eyes closed. Taking a moment and moving your awareness from your mind down into your heart space. And maybe it helps for you to put your hands in your heart space, right over your heart, one over one on top of the other. Whatever feels good, just to bring your awareness into your heart space. And in empowered movement, when we're talking about the heart space, we're not only talking about the space in front, but also the sides and the back of our heart. And really being able to come from this place. Just feeling into that for a moment. Breathing deeply, exhaling, just normal for you, whatever that may be. And in this place, I want you to set an intention for today's practice. So what is an intention that you hope to obtain as you are moving mindfully through the different movements that we're going to go through today? Just noticing where you're at in your body right now. We're going to take a temperature later and just see where our body is after we do the movement. Keeping your eyes closed, I just want to say about empowered movement is it is really all about moving the way that your body wants to move. So whatever movements we're going to be doing today, just taking them at the pace that your body feels comfortable. Additionally, I really want to get the message across that this movement actually allows for you to use throughout your day. You don't have to have a 30-minute time period. It could even be 2 minutes, 5 minutes. It could be something in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, just something to get your awareness back into your body. I think a lot of times culturally, we are a lot of times in our heads. We're trying to figure things out. We're trying to solve problems. And when we bring our awareness into our body, something entirely different happens. And that is where my passion lies, in really helping people find that place and then be able to move from there when it does come to problem solving, when it does come to doing different things in their day. So that is where this practice comes from. So opening your eyes nice and slow, just taking in that and knowing that you are doing something great for your body, doing something wonderful for yourself right here and right now. So we always start off very, very slowly, just getting the neck warmed up. So if you just want to do kind of a tick-tock motion today, we're just going to go from shoulder to shoulder. And this is all up to you as far as you go. So maybe you're just right here. Maybe you're moving just a little bit closer to the shoulder. Trying to keep those shoulders down though. Trying to keep your heart space open like we talked about. The front of your heart space, the sides of your heart space, and the back. And none of these movements are about anything that is needed to be done right now. It's just at your own pace. So then we're going to do the other direction. So we're going to go front, just looking down, and back. And again, you are taking that motion in for your own body. What feels good for you? And in these motions, just breathing. So breathing out when you go up, breathing in when you go down. And throughout the day, if you start putting these motions into effect, maybe you just stop for the moment and do this one. What I want you to do is really be conscious of what's going on in your body. And also, if you're conscious with your breath, that definitely gets you out of your mind and into your body. All right. Next one, we are going to do just a side movement. This one is one of my favorites. It really opens up your sidebars. A lot of our sitting or even walking, just being able to just be in that movement. And we're still sitting down. So let's do the other side. We're going to actually do 3 more times on each side. So this was 1. And each time just at your own pace. So we'll meet back in the middle, whatever feels good for you. Breathing right here. Again, doing it over here. Then we're going to do 1 more time each side. Just stay with the motion, stay with your mindfulness in this motion. 1 more time here. All right. Now we're going to get up. So if you have some space in these classes, it's always great if you just have a little bit of space to be able to do some movement. It doesn't have to be anything that big. So what we're going to start with as we stand is just kind of shaking it off. So we did a little bit of movement with our neck. So just getting your whole body involved. Really have fun with it. Nobody can see you. I cannot see you. Just being able to move it all, moving your hips, just shaking it off just a little bit. A few more seconds here. Come on, keep going. You can do it. All right. Then we're just going to meet in the middle. So you're going to put your hands in the center. And this next exercise, as I may have explained in other classes, is I take a lot of different movements, put them together from other things that I love that really make my body feel happy and that I want to teach you. You can do the same thing if there's a pose in yoga, if there's a pose that you've seen on YouTube that you just love, or an exercise, put it in throughout your day. It's just a really wonderful way to keep having your body move and do exercises that you feel really good about. So this next one, you are going to be here in the center. This is one from Johnny Eden. I do every morning the 5-minute energy. And this is just one piece of that. If you do look up 5-minute energy on YouTube, you will definitely find something from her. So you're going to push your hand up and you're going to keep it up like this and just stretch it as high as you can. bring it back down. Other hand, same thing. Push it up to the ceiling and back down. So we're going to do that 2 more times on each side at your own pace, and be thinking about your breath as you're doing that. So this is 2. And a lot of these exercises, they're really working on the different chakras of our body. If you're not familiar with the chakras, they run down the center of our body from our crown to our third eye, our throat, our heart, solar plexus, our sacral, and then our root at the bottom of our spine. There's several more and more directions, but those are the ones that we're really working on. So that last one, if you felt it a lot in this area of your heart and maybe even your throat, but a lot in the sacral and even moving that root just a little bit. So speaking of root, we're going to do our next exercise. So I hope that one felt good for you. So just shake off that just a little bit. So our next exercise, what we're going to do is we're going to lift each leg up. I know you can see my leg warmers. Yeah, those are leg warmers. Just lifting each leg up. Now what we're going to do is touch our opposite hand to that knee. This is one that I've done in like a walking video that I used to like a lot. This is also one that I have been taught by other people as well, but just one that gets that cross going for both. So we're focusing on our root, so keep doing that exercise as I talk. The root, but also we're doing something with our brain where we're using both cross sections of our body so that there's 2 sides of our body that have to meet, and our brain actually does something just a little bit different. So keep doing this one, and if you want to stretch your arms up even higher as you do that one and bring them down, that's just a great one to get kind of the flow of our breath. Get us breathing just a little bit more, bringing more air into our core here. A couple more times. We're going to just keep doing that. Just breathing through that. All right. Good. All right. Just checking into your body, seeing how you feel. That's the key to empowered movement. Just taking that time. Don't have to do exercise after exercise, but just really being mindful where your body is now after that particular exercise. All right. So our next exercise is one of my favorites, and I do this a lot. And not all the time can you see my feet, so you just have to listen to me and look at my body here. So we're just going to go side to side. And this one, I just always really love because as women, I'm sorry guys, but women, we hold a lot of our stress and our tension right here in our hips. So if you can, as you are doing side to side, that you're sort of just being able to release that a little bit. And maybe, so I'm doing a step touch right now, but maybe it's not really even a touch. It's more like a flow that your other foot may not even be touching the ground, but just kind of flowing back and forth. And allowing the top of your body. Another thing that I facilitated and what has been inspired by this empowered movement is dance mindfulness, where you are really just flowing with some sort of music. And you can always put on music during this class and use that. Just using that, being creative in how you move your different parts of your body. And for me, I can really feel this in the side and with my arms. Blow them up just a little bit more. Just really being creative and allowing those thoughts of, do I look silly? Am I doing this right? Just allowing those to be released, knowing that that's just the brain and sort of the ego talking right now, and just allowing that to be. And I'm knocking over my pictures right now. Watch out in your space. Might be knocking out pictures. All right, so we're just going to come back to center because I got a little crazy in that. So coming back to center, let's put our hands in prayer position. Closing your eyes. If you need to have something that you are using as stabilizing during that, just one hand over the heart and then hold on to something. Just being able to close your eyes as you are standing. Feeling maybe that change in your hip space, in the body. Feeling maybe your heart and that rate may have gone up just a little bit. Just feeling into that. Taking a moment just to be mindful in where we've been. All right, you can open your eyes. And now we're going to be coming back to seated. And this time, I'm going to try to do the camera just a little bit lower here. So this time, we are going to be focusing on our core. And we're just going to be moving around in a circle. So I'm on a ball, so I can sort of turn with the ball. So just moving around in this sort of way. But if you're in a chair, just being able to sort of move that in and out, allowing that freedom of movement that you made as you were up. Just moving that around in your chair. And we're going to take it the opposite direction. And maybe you want to hold your hands above, being able to move that around. Just breathing into that space. Just moving that. And if you do have your arms kind of in genie position, just being able just to hold those out so you can stop moving your hip area, but just being able to hold those out. If you notice, what happens here is that we actually start to see our back expand just a little bit. So using this as an opportunity to really practice opening your heart space. And that can help us, again, get out of our head when we are maybe in a project or something like that, just being able to shift the energy. The other part of what I do is very much about energy. So mindfulness, movement, and energy all come together as one. Now, if this is something that's starting to hurt your shoulders, maybe holding that up too high, just moving it down just a little bit, but just keeping that so that they are like this in a little bit lower position allows, again, for that back heart space and the side spaces to keep that space and keep that opportunity for you to open and actually start to drop there and perhaps even start to make decisions from there. It does take some practice and continual movement to be able to move in that direction. But as you start to do that, you will see that there'll be some different things that you'll be able to do as you really come into your body. So just that reminder that you have a body, that throughout the day when you're doing things, that you can check in with your body and actually get answers from your body. So kind of a neat thing. So the last thing that we're going to do, we're going to actually pay attention a little bit to our hands today. So our hands, so maybe throughout the day you work on a computer, or maybe washing dishes, or maybe the different things that you're doing with your kids, maybe picking them up, or grandkids picking them up, or let's see, what else can be done? Just some different things, maybe even, as we're on our phone and looking at that and kind of using the thumbs and things like that. So giving a little bit of love to our fingers and our hands. So our hands, we're just going to start off with a very simple movement that really allows our wrists to have kind of a different range of motion. So moving them back and forward. all the way as much as you can. Then we're just going to take them and be able to circle them. So just circling them, whatever direction. We're going to switch directions in a moment. So just focusing very much so on your hands. And breathing as you're doing this. Then the next thing that we're going to do, we're just going to take each finger and just pull it back gently. Don't do anything that is beyond your range of motion, but just really being able just to take those fingers, feel them as you are moving them back. That one had a little pop in it. Just feeling good about that. Just what feels good for you. Maybe your range of motion is just right here. It's fine, wherever feels good for you. Keep on doing that with those fingers. While we're doing this, it could be that you are giving gratitude to these wonderful things that help us in so many ways. There's so many things that these do. So just doing a little bit of sparkle fingers, if you will, bringing them back in, sparkle fingers back in. And when you come back in, really just kind of a fist for just a moment as tight as you can, and then come back out. Fist as tight as you can, come back out. All right, so shake that off just a little bit. All right. And then we always end our time together with another little bit of meditation. And I really like to do this because what you can do from the beginning of when you start some sort of movement exercise, may that be that you're just doing it for a few minutes each day, each hour, or if you are going to have a practice like this one every morning or afternoon or evening, then just being able to have a temperature of where you started and then where you ended. And that can really be a great place to be as you start to build on practices like this. You can start to see what your body really responds to and maybe where you need to focus on your body when you are doing different things and different movements for yourself. So just seeing where that relaxes you. So we're just going to take this time right now. We're going to close our eyes and come back into the space. We're going to take those 3 cleansing breaths. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more time, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And I said one more time, but this is going to be the last time, one more. And really just letting it all out. You can feel your body relax as you let that breath out. Just be able to sit for that moment, checking in with the intention that you came to class with today. Checking in with your body, checking in with your mind, seeing if there's any shifts, seeing if there's any changes, or just seeing if it's all the same. Whatever it is perfectly fine and perfectly where you are right now. So our last exercise, we are going to be doing something where I will show you first and then you can follow along. So we're going to be moving our hands up and we're going to be breathing in, and then we're going to move them down and breathing out. And if you can, keeping your eyes closed during this. So we're going to be doing 10 of these at our own pace. So we'll meet back in the center when we are done with these. So close your eyes and just really focus on your breath in when you go up and out when you go down. It can be an open out mouth exhale or whatever feels good for you. So keep going 10 times at your own pace. Stretching as high as you'd like. You go up and just relaxing when you come down, allowing those shoulders to drop. you're doing this at a faster speed than I am. That totally is perfect. Maybe you're doing it slower than I am. Whatever feels good for you. And then as we meet back in the center, just keeping your eyes closed, keeping your hands at heart center, and just thanking yourself for giving yourself some time today to be in empowered movement class, to move just a little bit, to be able to shift your energy just a little bit, and to be able to get out of your mind just a little bit. Just opening your eyes, coming back into the space. I hope that this practice helps you see that adding just a little bit of movement, no matter if it's 30 minutes, 2 minutes, 5 minutes a day, or maybe throughout the day at various times, really makes a difference. That it can really shift you from a place of maybe your mind being overwhelmed, frustration, anger, to a place of somewhere different where you can make different decisions. Maybe the anger or the frustration do not go away entirely, but it allows you to really think about this a little bit differently and get into a different space. I know for me, when I do this movement and I'm in a space, I can find myself just being in this place where I just have blinders on. And when I stop and do movement, it really allows for those blinders to move away, and actually other solutions and other opportunities then come into my space. So with empowered movement, that's what the goal is just to see how this can be incorporated in your life in various ways. And to keep coming back to class, we will keep doing this every week. And I really enjoy being with you this time. Again, I am here if you have any questions or any thoughts about this practice or about anything else within yourself for mindfulness, movement, or energy. I am here. I am passionate again about helping people get really comfortable in their bodies so that they can start seeing these different changes for themselves and really start listening to their body in a way that they haven't been in a lot of years, perhaps. And so I really, if you have any questions or thoughts, please shoot me a text, shoot me an email, and I would love to connect with you in some sort of way. Thanks for being here with me today, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye for now.